right? I want to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And I want to say shalom to the brothers and sisters that are in this truth. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, man. We're back with a quick lesson. And I'm basically just going to read Exodus chapter 14 from 5 and down on the account where Pharaoh pursued Israel after he left. He let them go, to go worship Yahweh. And the Lord hardened his heart to pursue them, okay? Ultimately, to do what he had to do and exalt his name amongst the other nations, all right? And it's going to be the same thing, right, in these times that are coming in Jacob's trouble, where the Lord is going to put the spirit on Esau to do the same thing. So the Lord to lift up a standard, okay? So this one's going to be titled Nothing New Under the Sun, From Egypt to Babylon. It's just going to be a quick hit, because every Wednesday I go out to camp, midweek camp. So, it's just something to feed the spirit and get the motors going. So we're going to start off in the book of Exodus, chapter 14. We're going to start at verse 5.
There's the book of Exodus, chapter 14 and verse 5. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and of his servants was turned against the people. And they said, Why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? And he made ready his chariot, and took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots, and all the chariots of Egypt, and captains over every one of them. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel, and the children of Israel went out with an high hand.
You see, so the Lord is the one that hardened the heart of Pharaoh, right? Why? To serve his purpose, okay? Because Egypt was the great power at that time, okay? They were the superpower, okay? There was no other army that could go against them. They were in control. Why? Because they had the children of Israel as well. See, wherever we are in captivity, okay, that nation becomes the superpower. Why? Because of what we produce, what we bring in, okay? They've used us for their military, right? They used us for their entertainment, right? We're the bread and butter. We bring in that money, okay, whithersoever we go. And that's why Babylon the Great, right, has been the superpower ever since we've been here in captivity, okay? We fought their wars, all right? Just everything that is great surrounds the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? All our achievements are swept under the rug. The so-called white man will tell you that they're the ones who achieved this, that they're the ones who invented this, right? That they're the ones in the front lines, okay, doing their heroic acts when they're the biggest cowards in the earth. But that's why there's nothing new under the sun, because it's going to be the same thing. The Lord is going to put the same spirit, okay, on the so-called white man to do the same thing. Why? Because the Lord said that the hearts of the kings, okay, are in the hands of the Lord, and he turneth them whithersoever he wants, right, as rivers, okay? And that's why the so-called white man is the modern day Pharaoh, man, okay? And Babylon is spiritual Egypt, okay? That's why there's nothing new under the sun from Egypt to Babylon. It's going to be the same account, the same thing. This is from our first captivity to the last captivity. It's going to be the same thing, man. It's going to go full circle, okay? And guess who's going to lift up a standard to exalt his name across the four corners of the earth, and all the other nations shall fear the name of the Lord, okay? So we're going to carry on. Go ahead.
But the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh, and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, beside Pihahiroth, before Baal-zephon. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were so afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord.
You see, so the Lord, the children of Israel cried out to the Lord, okay? Because they were afraid. But guess what? These are stories written for our learning, okay? Because you're going to see what's about to happen. And the same thing is going to happen in these times, okay? So we got to have faith and learn that the Lord is not going to leave us behind, man. Okay? The Lord is going to step in. The Lord is going to set up a standard, man. Okay? And that's why the Lord said, do not fear whithersoever thou goest, man. Okay? The Lord commanded us not to fear, right? But to have faith and trust. All right?
And
go ahead.
And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt?
You see, so they were already doubting, thinking that they were going to die, right?
Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness.
And there's a lot of spirits that's going to be like that today, you know, because there's a lot of people that say, yeah, you know, we're going to endure, but the Lord's going to put the spirit on certain men, okay, to fall back, okay, that coward spirit. And that's why we pray to the Lord, okay, that he don't give us that spirit, that we don't fall in that lot, okay, we don't make ourselves into tough guys and you know, these superheroes that are just going to endure to the end no matter what, okay. The Lord is in control of all spirits, man, and we got to hope, okay, that the Lord put the spirit of a warrior in us, all right, to endure to the end, all right. And like I said, these are things that were written for us not to commit the same mistake, okay, because this was us. This was us in that past life, okay. But we got to learn from our mistakes. These are mistakes made by us. We're here again reading about ourselves, okay, and we got to learn, all right. Oh, man, you know, the Lord did this for us. He's going to do it again. Why fear this time, okay? That's where you build your faith with the accounts that they already have written of you from before, okay?
The Lord shall fight for you. Ye shall...
Salakia 13.
Oh, okay, Salakia. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord.
You see, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, okay? In order for there to be salvation, there's got to be problems. There's got to be trouble. There's got to be tribulation, okay? Without those things, there is no salvation. And we need salvation. So we must go through the same thing.
Which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians, whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. You
see, and that's going to happen to Esau, man. After they get put into chains, okay? When we get saved, they get put into chains. Once we get rid of them, they ain't going to be seen anymore, okay? Modern day Pharaoh and modern day Egypt is not going to be seen anymore. So why should we fear, okay? Go ahead.
The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace.
See, the Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. Okay? Matter of fact, let's get something real quick. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, right? Before we go back. Let's go to the book of Isaiah. And let's go to the book chapter 59, and let's go to verse 19.
There's the book of Isaiah, chapter 59 and verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood.
See, the enemy's going to come in like a flood. Just like the Pharaoh came in, right, with all his chariots, with all his armies pursuing the Israelites, right, pursuing us when we left Egypt, okay? Guess what? The devil's going to come with great wrath, knowing he got but a short time. And he's going to come, right, like a flood, all right?
The Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him.
You see, the Spirit of the Lord is going to set up a standard against him. The Lord is going to fight for us, as it said in Exodus chapter 14, okay? You see? So when Esau come in like a madman, hey, the Lord's going to set up a standard, man. The Lord's going to bring in that divine intervention, okay? So, let's go back to the book of Exodus, chapter 14. And keep going at 15. Read 14 one more time.
There's the book of Exodus, chapter 14 and verse 14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your
You
peace.
see, so hold your peace, man. Okay? Just wait for that standard to be lifted up, man. Wait for that divine intervention. Okay?
And the Lord said unto Moses, Wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel, that they go forward.
See, just keep moving forward, man. And then this time we're just gonna have to keep walking through this walk with faith, man. Right through that straight gate. Okay? Go ahead.
But lift thou up thy rod, and stretch out thine hand over the sea, and divide it, and the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea.
See, that's that divine intervention, man. Okay? A spiritual intervention. Go ahead.
And I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them, and I will get me honor upon Pharaoh, and upon all his hosts, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen.
Go ahead.
And the angel of Yahweh, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them, and the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them.
You see? So now the angel is forming a cloud, right? To blind them. Go ahead.
And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel, and it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night. Salakia.
You see? And that's another thing that goes into it, man. Okay? And that light also that's been given to us, all right, in these days is this word. Why? Because knowledge shall be the stability of the time, man. We're not the children of darkness. We're the children of light. So this light is guiding us, okay? This is our guide, all right? Ain't no cloud going to come now, okay, to give us light. Okay, the light that we got to use now is those lamps that we're trimming with this oil, this word, okay? You see? And Esau is in darkness, man. He's going to be pursuing us, not knowing that the angels are there setting that trap, okay, with Michael, okay? And we're going to get that after.
And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Lord caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land, and the waters were divided.
Okay.
And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters weighed wall unto them on their right hand and on their left.
So the children of Israel are walking through the sea, okay, on dry ground though, all right?
And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fighteth Salakia for them against the Egyptians.
You see, so now they're like, yo, let's go, because they already know that the Lord is you know, causing this to happen, okay? So now they're trying to flee, all right? Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its strength, when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it. And the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea, and the water returned, and covered the chariots, and the horsemen, and all the hosts of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left.
You see? So the Lord, right? They already knew that this was the Lord that did that, okay? That's why they said, let's flee. The Lord is fighting for them, man. Okay? And guess what the Lord did, man? He drowned that whole army, man. Okay? He closed those waters, right on them. All right? But guess what he did? He let the children of Israel pass through dry land, right? Okay? Remember, the angels encampeth around those that fear the Lord. Okay? And if you fear the Lord, you have nothing to fear. All right? That's the only one we should fear. Okay? And like I said, these were things written for our learning. Understand that if the Lord did that then, and this is going to be the greatest deliverance, you best be you best be sure that he's going to do it again. And he will not fail. And you got to have that trust, that faith, and belief in the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? So, let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, right? Chapter 16, and start at verse 70.
There's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, and verse 70. For there shall be in every place, and in the next cities, a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
Upon those that fear the Lord. Okay? So you already know that that's going to be the elect of the children of Israel. All right?
They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
You see, that's going to be that great persecution. Okay? Understanding that it's going to be time for us to go. All right?
For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
You see? Then shall they be known who are my chosen. Okay? So this is going to happen to the peoples, to the Lord's elect. Okay? The elect out of Israel. Okay? The ones that have been pushing his word to the end. The ones who've been holding the truth and spreading it to the four corners of the earth. Okay? And they shall be tried as the golden fire, right? All right? We're going to see if we're going to be counted worthy for salvation. Who's going to fold? Who's going to murmur like those Israelites that were murmuring in the wilderness? Okay? Or fearing and saying we should stay in Egypt, right? For we were better off serving the Pharaoh. Okay? A lot of people are going to say we better off staying here with Esau, man. All right? The hell with that. Let me go get that MOTB. Right?
Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
You see, the days of trouble are at hand. Right? Just like these guys were in trouble, or they thought they were, because the army was pursuing them, right? So they thought they were good as dead. Right? But what did the Lord say?
Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide.
You see, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide, right? You see? The Lord said, be ye not afraid, neither doubt. Why? Because this already happened and he delivered us. Okay? And there's nothing new under the sun. So what happened in Egypt is going to happen in Babylon. There's nothing to be afraid of, man. All right? The Lord is going to lift up a standard. Okay? Matter of fact, we're going to close it out right there. Let's go to the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1.
There's the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Which standeth for the children of thy people, you Israelites, okay?
And there shall be a time of trouble.
A time of trouble, man, okay? That Jacob's trouble, right? Go ahead.
Such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Even at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book.
See? Written in what book? The book of life. Okay? So there's going to be a standard lifted up by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and the angels, man. Okay? When the indestructible chariots come, all right? Esau Edom is going to have he's going to be terrified, man. He's going to be just like the Pharaoh in the armies, man. Yo, let us flee. That the Lord is fighting for these people. These are the children of Israel, man. These are the Prince of Power. Okay? We just got to hold on and believe every word that the Lord has written, man. These accounts were written for us to learn from our past mistakes. Because those people that this book is talking about back then was us. Okay? Understand that when we did right by the Lord did right by us. And at his right hand is sitting Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, ready to come and destroy our enemy. Okay, for all those that are found in the book of life. All right. So it's up to you to see what spirit you're carrying. If you're in the right or if you're in the wrong. So examine yourself. All right. It's not too late. Examine yourself. All right. So when that flood comes, the Lord lift up a standard for you as well. Lord willing, this was edifying. And with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. And I want to say shalom to the brothers and sisters that are in this truth. Shalom.
Shalom.
DTA.
DTA.
Abab Abab.
Abab Abab.
Kum Yasharala.
Yasharala.